I'm coming to you guys with a bit of a Mother's Day VIB haul and review, because I've had the products for a little bit, and I decided to go ahead and share what I ended up getting for Mother's Day and for VIB. And you know, because everyone knows I love makeup, so I ended up getting some stuff from Sephora, and I got some stuff from Ulta too. So I won't go into that one. That'll be a separate haul video. But and so I wanted to share with you guys what I ended up picking out, what I ended up getting as a gift, and just how absolutely grateful I am for these things. And then the stuff that I did get for VIB, by this point I've had enough time to give you guys a little bit of a review. Granted, half of this stuff is stuff that you guys have all used up until this point. I'm just always late to the game because like I said, if I have stuff I'm using, then I don't go out really and get more stuff unless you know, something just really piques my interest. So let's just go ahead and pop out the paper and get going on this little bit of a haul, right? Anyway, so the first thing I got with my VIB discount was, you know, and everybody in the world has used this and knows it. It's the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. And I still have it in the box, but I've been using it and I like it, guys. I think it's really good. It's got great quality. It's got great pigmentation, and it's, you know, really smooth, and it works really well. Let me not blind you guys, but if you haven't seen it, here it is. This is the Kat Von D matte palette, and it's the Shade and Light matte palette. I really like it. Is it the best palette I've ever used? No. Am I gonna keep it? Yes, because I like it. Is it better than my e.l.f. one, the e.l.f. Matte for Matte palette I own? Yes, but that one's also very workable, and it's $10. So, you know, I have a hard time telling someone to go buy this palette when I can tell them to go get that palette. This one was $42, I think it was. That one's $10. The reason I ended up buying this palette is that I really like these peachy tones, like this corner peach tone for my crease, and I use those all the time. And as a matter of fact, Tarte, in one of my holiday palettes that I got, I don't know, like 4 years ago from Tarte, it has my favorite, absolute favorite peach crease color, but they don't sell it separately. And so I was hoping that this one would, you know, replace it, because I can get this again. It does not replace that one, but it holds its own. It's good. It's really good. I won't say anything bad about it. There's nothing bad to say about it. Matte for Matte, maybe not as smooth as these, maybe not quite as pigmented, but just as workable. Also, my Morphe 35N, which is my Morphe matte one, I love that palette. It has some great colors in it that I use all the time. And so, do I grab for this one? Yes. Do I grab for my Morphe N? All the time, all the time. The other thing I ended up getting was the Tweezerman Lash Logic ProCurl Lash Curler for the round eyes. I saw Emily Noel had this. She'd bought it and she was raving about it. And about 2 days after I saw that video, my old Revlon eyelash curler broke. And I thought, well, if there's ever a chance to go get another one, this is it, because, you know, why buy the same Revlon if I can get something else and try it, right? So I decided to go. I used my VIB. I ended up buying this one, and I've definitely been using it. You know, I put it right back in the box so that you guys could see how it comes. I like it. I will say, I like my Revlon one too. I think that this one doesn't pinch my eyes as much as the other one does. The other one did, because it's gone, it's broken. And this one's sturdier, like it's got better, a better makeup, or, you know, of it. You know, it is better. It's rose gold, so it's prettier, and, you know, it just fits my eyes very well like that, and I'm able to curl my lashes very efficiently. I got was the Laura Mercier Mini for the translucent loose setting powder. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys. Comes in that little box, and this is what the packaging looks like. Inside of the box, the mini, it brings a puff. So if you're a puff person, you will enjoy that. I've not been using it with a puff. I use it with my beauty sponge, currently my Equate beauty sponge, and I'll link the video below or right up here where you can see right up there my Equate sponge video. I love them. Anyway, so back to Sephora haul. This is the Laura Mercier powder. It is translucent. However, there is a bit of a a coloring to it. I'll put it right back here and see if you guys can see that. You know, it's not going to show up. It is a powder, but let me see if that shows. It's very finely milled. It just sets your under eyes so well, and I do really, really like it. That being said, I'm using it and I'll use it all up. Will I repurchase it? I don't know, because I found, I think, what I would consider almost a dupe of it, but it's two products combined and it creates the same thing. And it's my RCMA no color powder, and I take it and I mix it with, I just have a sample of the Ben Nye banana powder. The banana powder on its own is too yellow for me, and so when I use a little bit of that banana powder and mix it with a lot of bit no color powder, and so when I mix those two things together, I get very much of something that looks very much like the Laura Mercier one. And what I'll do is I'll put them side by side so that you guys can see. This is Laura Mercier, this would be the Ben Nye and the no color powder. And so when I look at them, I mean, I just don't see much of a difference. And texture wise, they're both just so good, and neither dries out my under eyes, and they both go on beautifully with a beauty sponge. I mean, so I don't know if I'll continue to purchase this. The thing I ended up getting was something else that I was really dying to try, and I didn't want to buy the big one, so I ended up getting the small one. And it's the Hourglass Ambient Powder. I got it in, I believe I got it in dim light. Did I get it in dim light? No, I got it in diffused light, and let me show it to you. I'd heard so much about it, and I've been using for a while now, and I've been using, I've hit pan and I'm almost out of it. The It Cosmetics Illumination Celebration powder, a bunch of names. I'll type it out correctly underneath, but I really like that powder. I got it in light, and it works really well for me. But I've heard that these are just so beautiful, and so here it is, closed up. That's what it looks like, and it's a mini, so you can get the big one if you want, but I didn't want to buy a big one again unless I really found out that I loved it. And so let me get a good, that would be diffused light right there. If I put it on my hand, that's, you know, what it looks like. Can you even see it? Yeah. And then when you blend it out, it's a very, very smooth and finely milled powder. And I do like it. I think it's really good, but this amount for me will last a long, long time. A long, long time. So I'm just really happy I'm getting a chance to try it. I threw away the box. I got the Urban Decay Naked Concealer, and I got it in Fair Neutral. Now I wish I'd gotten Light Neutral, because I just think this one is a bit too light for me. I can make it work, don't get me wrong. I definitely can make it work. And so let me put it on the back of my hand, but you'll see what I mean. It is neutral undertones, so I do appreciate that. That's the one it is. And I use it for underneath my eyes, obviously. I like it, but I won't be repurchasing this. I'll use it up for sure, and my daughter's been using it too. She really seems to enjoy it. She doesn't have as many issues as I have, and one of my major issues is I get a lot of tearing from, I have dry eyes, and so therefore that causes a lot of tearing, and so whatever I use in this area really needs to be waterproof, and this is not waterproof. And so I will put it on, I will do my makeup, and I'll go back and look, and then it will get all kinds of patchy right in this area because of the moisture. But does it take away from the fact that this is a pretty good concealer? Yes, it's lightweight, it's very thin formula, so when you put it on you barely feel it. It is weightless. They claim it's a weightless complete coverage concealer. I would not say it's complete coverage. If you have dark under eyes, you will definitely need to use this with a color corrector or a brightener or something, because it's not enough. But it is good. It's a good product. And then the next thing I end up getting as part of my, I had rewards points, and so I was like, ooh, I'm so excited. I got 2 of the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer, and I was so excited. Let me see, how can I put this where you can see it right. Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. They had 2 samples. It's a great way for me to try to see if this is something that I would consider buying. I want to see what all the ruckus is about regarding this one. And lastly, the last thing I ended up getting, and this was a gift my daughter took me to Sephora and said, what do you want? And so I ended up picking up this thing, and it's called the Someday My Prince Will Come. The bag is so cute, guys. It has sparkles on it, and you know the logo that's on the Majorette eyeshadow, it's on here. It's so cute. And when you open it up, I'll pull out what's in it. It's all minis, and so at this point I'm almost at the place where I want to try the minis before I'll go and buy a full size. Because, and for example, one of the things I'm dying to try is the Gimme Brow. I've never used it, and shade number 3, so that'll work for me. And I wanted to give it a go, but I didn't want to buy, and you spend $26 or $28 on the big one. First wanted to try and see if it's something that works for me. I've used the Essence one that people say is a dupe of this, and so I wanted to go ahead and give this one a try. And so it comes in this. The second thing it brought was the They're Real primer, and I'm really intrigued about this one because I have several primers that I've gotten through like BoxyCharm and Ipsy, and then one that I purchased. I purchased the L'Oreal mascara primer from Voluminous. I have a Lancome one that came as a Sephora reward. I have the Grand Lash primer that came, I think it was in an Ipsy, I think. And so, but they're all white. And so, as y'all can tell, I have very dark hair. And so I put that white thing on my lashes, and then I put black mascara over it, and it turns gray. And it just, you know, the little lashes that I do have just go away. They're erased because they're gray. And so I wanted to see what a darker primer would be like, and this one's in brown. So I really am intrigued. I was kind of excited that this was part of the little set. I mean, that's really how I got sold. The next thing is the High Beam highlighter. I'm gonna use a highlighter. I tend to like the liquid ones more. Lastly, I think the thing that I was so excited most about was it had a mini California blush in it, and it's their newer blush, and it's a mini, and isn't that just adorable? And so anyways, I will open it up. It brings a mini brush, guys. Isn't that just adorable? And this is the blush in the pan. It doesn't have the embossing that the other one, the large one, has in it, but I almost prefer that, whereas with this one I'm going right into what the actual color is. It's very much a melon. So soft. I mean, right now I can see where I've dented into it. It's so soft. And this is just almost like the perfect summer color, guys. I cannot wait to start using this one. I was so excited when I saw that it was part of this little gift set. And so when my daughter said, "What do you want?" I was like, "I want this one." And so I ended up getting this little gift set. Thanks so much for stopping by.